and welcome to your next Pilates-based HiiT session. This one is all about the arms and the shoulders. Literally, we have got over 20 minutes of exercise to really work the muscles of the shoulders, tricep, biceps, chest and back. We obviously need to remember the alignment of our spine, that deepest abdominal muscle to support the spine. We need to remember to work with precision and control and use weights that are suitable for you. I'm going to do this with cans, and sometimes you can really feel that. You may have slightly heavier weights, and for some of the exercises wish to use those. Of course, we just need to get ourselves nice and mobile and a little bit warmer. So we start with our feet hip distance apart and parallel. Stand up long and tall through the top of the head and roll the shoulders up, back and down. And then again, and one more, so your arms hang down by your side. Be conscious of the rib-pelvis alignment here, and we breathe in. As you breathe out, take the arms all the way up and around. And remember, that deepest abdominal is there to support the lumbar spine and pelvis. It connects with the ribs and pelvis, so we draw in, and I am assuming that you understand that. It's that drawing in feeling that we do a lot in our Pilates sessions. So here, as your arms go up and back, we're just working on stretching through the shoulders, really, around the shoulders. The arms going around slightly behind you, knees slightly soft, and that pelvis and rib cage aligned. And we're going to do just two more, and one more, and then relax your arms. Let them hang as you rotate your spine, allowing the arms to swing around behind you, look around behind you. And as you do this, I quite like to do it palms out, so we continue to stretch across the front of the chest and the shoulders. That's it, lifting that back heel as well, or that heel, as we do just four more. Last 3, 2, and 1. And then settle. Knees, feet aligned as you stretch up towards the ceiling, lengthening down the side of the body, but also getting that little bit of movement at the shoulder. So reach up and up towards the ceiling. We don't need to allow ourselves to hang all the way over to the side. That's it. Let's do 4 more of these. Just like this. That's it. Last 2. Good, and just one more. And then we sweep the arm round and up, reach up round behind you, across the body, getting this nice stretch down the side of the shoulder and the length of the back. So we're adding a little bit of rotation really to that side bend, a little bit more active movement as we do again, just 4 more. Last 3, 2, and 1 more, and then relax. And from here, we're simply going to march on the spot. And as you march here, we're just waking up the stabilizing muscles of the legs, which we will need for this session. So as we march, feel confident in the arch of the foot, slightly soft knee, and strength and stability around the pelvis. That's it. So we're going to do 4 more of these. And if you feel you're not quite warm enough, then maybe you need to do a little bit more. So press pause and do a little bit more so that you make sure you're ready. Our first exercise is a lateral raise. On all of them, we really want to be aware of the shoulder stability and keeping our neck nice and long. So it's simply a lateral raise out to the side. So the cans may be enough. We have 9 exercises, which we're going to go through twice. And on the second time around, we could add some leg movement, make it a bit more challenging if you wish. I'm going to grab my weights and press go. And if you're ready, join me. So you can have cans of beans or whatever you like. Off we go. So arms by your side, nice and broad. Take them out to the side and down. Your neck is lovely and long. And you're holding your weights, but don't over grip the weights. The arms go out, and as I say, shoulder blades slide down the back. Soften the knees, and what that means is don't lock them, just bend them slightly. Taking the arms out, nice and wide. Good, so we're working the shoulders here for the first 2 exercises. I'm going to change the second one slightly, but I want you to remember neck long, corset of support, taking the arms out just to shoulder height. You don't need to go any higher. That's it, drawing in around the middle. Perfect. Good. And we're nearly there. Last 5 seconds. Perfect. Good. Palms facing the floor there. And the same thing. So our next exercise, shoulder blades slide down the back. You're going to take one arm out to the side. The other is going to go forward. So you would call this a mat raise. You could bend the arm that goes out to the side a little bit and just draw the elbow back a fraction and down. So again, we go to shoulder height. Okay, we don't need to go any higher. I like this little bit of rotation. As you can see, I'm rotating at the shoulders just a bit. Arm forward and down. And then again. Good. Nice and tall through the top of the head. Elbow out wide to the side. Lift and lower. Lift. Fabulous. Keep going and find that ceiling. I quite like it when we find the ceiling. In other words, you can feel that you don't want to go any higher than your shoulders. You're quite happy just going to shoulder level. Again, don't overgrip your weights. You'll just get forearm pain, and that can lead to tennis elbow. We don't want that. Definitely don't want that. That's it. And forward. Brilliant. Okay. Next, we're going to work the back of the shoulders and the upper back. So this one we've done before. Our knees are a bit soft. We lean forwards. The arms are in front, but your shoulder blades slide down your back. And we go wide with both hands. Okay, so you're this time at the top there, think about keeping your cans upright or your weights upright. As we open across the length of the collarbones, as I say, your neck is lovely and long, hands come down, lift and open, and lower, and again. Your knees are just definitely bent. Don't lock out the legs, please. Keep the legs bent. But you can bend them more if you want to challenge your quads and your glutes a bit. In a little static squat here as you open and control the return. Open and control. That's it. Good. And I'd like you to think about, feel the back of the shoulders and in between the shoulder blades and the spine, working really quite hard. One more. And stand up. Got to come back up. Relieve or release those long back muscles a little bit. Okay, we're going to do this one arm at a time. I like this one. Shoulder blades back and down, hands here. Now you could do it as an elbow up, like a single arm row. I quite like opening out a bit more. So similar to what we did before, but adding rotation of the spine and single arm. So maybe you're going to work a little bit harder through the back of that shoulder as we really lift and look round as well as we rotate the spine. I like adding in the rotation. I can really feel this mid-back and between the shoulder blade and the spine. Up and back, and lower, and again, and lower. Brilliant. That belt of support around your waist most definitely. And as I've said, you could bend your legs a bit more if you wanted it to be a bit more work through your legs as we take the arm up and around and down. And again. Fabulous. One more. And then rest. Okay, we're going to get rid of these and we're just going to focus on the stability of your shoulders. So we're going to do the plank. You can do this on your hands or your elbows, your knees or your toes. I'm going to go elbows here, shoulders back, and I'm going to go onto my toes. You might think, well, that's a bit too hard on my shoulders, so drop the knees, but shoulders draw back. As I say, push up to the elbows and draw your tummy in. Just be aware of your shoulder stability, your alignment, so a lovely long neck, Tuck the tail unders a little bit, please. Drawing in around your waist. Fabulous. We got it, we got it. As I say, your neck is long. If it starts to get too hard, then just remind yourself, tuck the tail under. Okay, you might want to pop your knees down. You might be very happy to try and endure the whole minute of plank. And I want this to be a target. Shoulders draw back. Be aware of your stability. Rest, rest, rest. Okay, we can't work arms and not do a minute of press-ups. So we're going to take the hands a little bit wider. A little bit wider than shoulder width, definitely. You can absolutely be in a box position here, I would call this. So knees under the hips, taking your forehead towards the floor, elbows out and back. You can, of course, take your knees back and your body, wherever you are, your spine stays long. As you push up through the top of your, up through the heels of your hands and lengthen out to the top of your head. So you draw your shoulders back. You could, of course, be on your toes, and I would suggest wherever you are, you just go nice and steady and see if you can just keep going. If you rush and do quick ones, you're going to burn out. Drive up to the heels of your hands, draw the tummy in, push, and then again, drive up. Neck long, shoulders back. Come on, and again. Oh, brilliant. Now we're going to work the backs of your arms, which you have just worked in the press-ups. We're going to put one hand on the floor, take the weight in the one weight in one hand, lift the elbow, kick back, and return. These are called tricep kickbacks. What I'd like is that your elbow is up, shoulder open, draw the shoulder blade down the back and hold it there. And then really lock out the arm and bend. Lock out the arm and bend. And again. Good. Now we're going to here, change sides. Other hand, elbow up, straighten the arm, return, straighten the arm. So on this occasion here, because we are resting on one hand, we're doing 30 seconds on each arm. In the second round, we'll change it so we can really target the backs of your arms. Lift the little finger towards the ceiling, and again, oh. I hope you changed arms, you just spot me changing arms, and rest. Okay, I'm going to knee these, and we're going to roll on over. Okay, one exercise here, lying on your back. Feet can be on the floor, hip distance, arms by your side. We're going to go up and back with both hands and return. Now you might only want to return to above the chest or tummy here and go back. The emphasis is on the stretch here and the drawing your weight back over. I sometimes do this holding one slightly bigger weight, really challenging the muscles here that attach to the ribs as you draw yourself back. So you may choose to pick up a bigger plate or weight to do this exercise as you lengthen away. I would love a little bit of a hole in the floor so my hands could go lower, getting that stretch, but keeping the back of your rib cage on the mat. And then return. And again, your neck is long, conscious of that corset of support. And when we've done this one, we're going to come back up to our feet. So that last one there, gently bring yourself up, take your time, grab some weights, whether they be the same here or slightly heavier. We're going to do some bicep curls. So your shoulder blades slide down the back, palms to shoulders and lower. Palms to shoulders, lower. Control the lowering. Always control both ways. This is called the eccentric phase, concentric phase. So we lift up And actually, do you know what? I said that the wrong way around. Concentric phase, eccentric phase. And the reason I got myself a little bit confused there is that actually, as muscles lengthen, the eccentric phase are working really quite hard. Okay, it's harder to lengthen muscles as they work than it is to shorten them. So, shoulders nice and broad and gently lower. And again, lift your knees, soft, lifting up to the top of the head, 5 seconds more. And then if you've been counting, you know that was number 9. And we're going to repeat them. So our first exercise was the lateral raise. The question is, could you march here? So lift one leg as your arms go out and then the other. Or as we try and stabilise around the ankle, across the knee and the hip. Now, you don't have to. You could simply do these lateral raises. And this could absolutely be a session for resting your legs, which I think is quite a good plan, really. Arms out wide, neck long, you could lift and lower. Lift. Good. That belt of support around your waist. Shoulders lovely and broad. Again. Good. And I'm going to finish this here, the last 14 seconds. Just lifting my arms out to the side to shoulder height, pouring the contents of my cans bit by bit, a little bit into the floor. And then again, and rest. That's a fabulous exercise. We're really getting these shoulder pad muscles, and just if we've got that good position, great for your rotator cuff muscles. Same here as we do our mat raise. So that would be one arm forwards and one elbow out to the side, or you can take that arm long. Now here, you're going to march, arm in front to the opposite leg. I quite like this, okay, I really like this. I think it's really good for the strength and stability of the core as well as the legs. Okay, so activate that deep abdominal muscle, take the arm out and the opposite, arm out, same knee, arm forwards, opposite knee. Does that make sense? Hopefully you can see and it all works in your head. One leg, other leg. Ceiling. Keep tall, keep broad, and work to the level that suits you, with or without legs. You really don't have to work the legs if you don't want to. And rest. So, the back of our shoulders, the rear flies we call them. The cans are great. You could go slightly heavier if you wanted to. Feet hip distance. Nice and long in your spine. Draw the shoulders back. Go wide. And return. Lengthening across the front of your shoulders. Now, some of you have done this with me before, where we step one foot back, return. Other foot back, return. Your spine is long, your core is strong. Lengthening across the collarbones. And as you notice there, you may have noticed it's a bit wobbly. You've really got to be strong and stable in the legs. Now if you're going to step back, that front leg, nice and strong. The knee goes where the toes point. Hands up at the back there, so to take your thumbs up and back a bit more. So your shoulder blades draw down the back. That's it. And again, 5 seconds more. Nice strong core. And rest. Alrighty, so as I said before, I really like that rotation. Some of you might choose to do a little bit of a single arm row and lead up with the elbow. Okay, that's option. So you could go elbow, lower, elbow, lower, wide. And again, I think this one is a bit of a personal preference. I'm going to keep my feet still for this one, but I'm going to bend my knees a bit more. Just activating the quads and the glutes. Don't forget to look round as well. Try and look. If you do just the elbow, then you might not want to. But what I'd like you to remember is the spine is lovely and long. I like the look because then you're encouraged to go a bit further. Corset of support, absolutely. Thumbs up and back. Up. Give me the thumbs up. Yes. We like this exercise. As your knees bent enough and you're drawing your tummy in. Of course, you're up and round. And again, one more. Yay, yay. Alrighty, so let's put these out of the way. And our next exercise was the plank, simply working on shoulder stability. Hands or elbows. I did elbows last time, I'm going to go hands this time. Shoulders back, knees or toes. You don't need to lie on your tummy. That's called cheating. So my hands are under my shoulders, pushing up, drawing back. Same thing if you're on your elbows, you push up, draw back. Tuck the tail under. Just be conscious of that corset of support. Your spine lovely and long. You really don't need to look underneath you. Stay strong here, strong and stable. Breathing, definitely helpful. Fabulous. That's it. Really draw the shoulder blades down the back. That's it. Pushing up through the heels of the hands. Really try not to let yourself collapse between the shoulder blades. That's not shoulder stability, and this minute is all about shoulder stability and core, of course. And we know what's coming next. Knees can go down, come off the wrists. Next is our press-ups. Now you could do these on your windowsill, your sideboard, wherever you can. Obviously you can do them on the floor and adjust your positioning to suit you. So you maybe keep your spine long, shoulders back, and send your forehead towards the floor. Okay, that might be enough for many people. Or here, sending your chest towards the floor, keeping your spine lovely and long. Always keep that neutral spine. The spine doesn't move, it just moves up and down in space. Okay, as you bend your elbows, lengthening across the collarbones and across the back of your shoulders. We try really hard to maintain good shoulder stability as we do these. Pushing up with the heels of your hands, drive up, be strong, be in control. That's it, and again. Fabulous. All the way up, all the way down if you can. I'm going to do one more because too much talking. Rest. Okay, so we're going to need 2 counts for this, and we're going to work the backs of your arms. Now you could stand up or come here onto one knee, leaning in slightly, elbows up, straighten both arms, return, straighten both arms. You can do this standing, but I'm leaning in just a little bit, so my shoulder blades go back and down, elbows back, straight. On all fours is quite nice. Takes longer to do both arms. Time saving is to do it here. If you don't like kneeling, as I say, you could stand up. Straightening your arms. Push your little fingers back. Or on one knee and one foot. Fabulous. Feel long across the collarbones. Draw back. Straighten your arms. Straighten, straighten, and again. Yes, and rest. So we did one exercise lying on our back, didn't we? What you would call a pullover. But, you may have last time, but we could definitely add legs. Knees above hips, hands above shoulders, both hands go up and back, and maybe one leg long, up and back, drawing the ribs down, definitely engaging that belt of support. And then again, up and back. Fabulous. Lengthen away. Good. Keep going in your own time. And another one. Really nice. Oh, taking the arms back as far as your flexibility with a little bit of stretch allows. Adding in the legs here just ensures that you're working your core a bit more. You can go long. We're nearly there. 7 seconds left. Let's challenge ourselves as much as we can. And then return. We carefully bring ourselves to our feet. We're going to stand up. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Knees a bit bent. Lean in. Bicep curl. And why don't we just push back a little bit? But the emphasis is on the up and then maybe the back. Or you stand up lovely and tall. Bicep curl. Lengthen. Bicep curl. Lengthen. Now you absolutely might like heavier weights here. These are too light for me, but we're still working the muscle. Okay, contracting and lengthening the muscle, practicing control. Okay, so just because the weight is too light doesn't mean you need to launch it around. Just visualize it being heavier. Really activating the muscle fibers of your biceps as we turn the palms to face the shoulders and gently down. Shoulders, gently down, and then go again. Come on. We are nearly there. One more, and then rest. And what I'd like you to do is just put those down. Let your arms hang, palms face out. Do this for me, and here.
Activity completed.
Yes. Let the arms swing around to the sides. Look at that, 22.5 minutes on the upper body. Okay, really have worked the muscles of the shoulders and the arms. And the shoulders includes the chest, the back, everywhere. So let's just clasp the hands and stretch here. And then come up and stretch here. So we're really trying to get that lovely lengthening muscles that can get often overworked and those that may be a bit tight. Let's just do that twice more. And then I think one that's important is to be able to put your hand between your shoulder blades and pull the elbow, push the elbow back and up and towards you. Now I use my head as well to do that. This arm is being pushed by my head. Try not to lean back like that, draw the tummy in and swap sides. Fabulous. Lengthen, relax, roll and shake out your arms. Really well done. I hope you enjoyed that one.